we're talking about backups and ransomware. So there's a lot of companies that do not back up their data at all. We see lots of cases where data is just sitting on a server and people just hope, I guess, that nothing will happen. Another problem that we see very often is backups have been put in place, but they were put in place 1, 2, 3 years ago, and it's never been checked if the backup is actually working properly. So sometimes people have bad surprises because something happens, and a year down the line, they try to restore the data, and unfortunately they discover that it's either corrupted or it's incomplete. Some files are missing. So some steps that companies can really start taking today is, one, ensure that you do have a backup in place, and if you have a backup in place, try to restore somewhere else, the data. The second thing is ransomware. Now, ransomware is when hackers are getting into your computer and they are on purpose locking up files that you have, and of course asking for ransom to release them and allow you to get into those files again. So it could be PDF files, it could be Excel, it could be Word documents. Whenever you're going to try to open those files, it's going to give you a message that if you don't pay them a ransom, they will not release the documents. Very often they ask for some untraceable payment methods, such as cryptocurrencies. So the problem that we see more and more is local government being victims of those ransomware. Some of the fees we've seen out there, on average, is about $116,000 per incident. So it can become very pricey very fast. How do they get in? Almost all the time, the two main answers are: one, emails; the other is website. Emails is probably the biggest one. You receive an email from someone. Very often they impersonate someone you already know, a friend, a coworker, maybe even your boss, and they send you an email either with a link, and that link is going to take you to a website that is going to run some scripts, and obviously your computer is going to get infected, and then it's probably going to spread throughout your network. Or sometimes it's an attachment, and you open the attachment, and the moment you do, the SAM runs a code on your computer, and they take control, and they can start locking files not only on your computer but also on the whole network. At this point, document management solutions can help. And how can they help? Well, those files, instead of just sitting on a map drive or on your local C drive, they're going to be safer in a document management container, because most ECM and DMS encrypt the files being also hidden from the rest of the network, because all the access to those files is controlled by the ECM or the DMS. It allows you to hide those files from those hackers. So, and most of the time, you're going to be finding yourself, after a ransomware attack, still able to enter the ECM and enter the DMS, and the files are still accessible. The hackers have not been able to get in, so you're safe. So that's one thing that can help you. But going back to the beginning of the discussion, you still need to back up your data, because even ECM and DMS need backup.